Greetings and welcome to Pickled Watermelon Rinds, a guilty pleasure podcast featuring Antie Joan and Ontie, providing our zesty and marginally mature take on current events, pop culture, and trends. Now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Well, hello, Auntie Joan. Happy 75th episode to us.
Happy, yes. Hi, Auntie.
Hello.
Can you believe it? 75.
That's a lot. Some people don't get past the first couple of weeks, and we've been chugging along here for a year and a half.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's pretty
So, what's your best memory of your 75th birthday?
I'll let
you know I had to put that in.
I'll let you know. Maybe I could, if I close my eyes, maybe I can conjure it from, for 20 years
20
from
years.
now.
Yeah. Go ahead. Throw that in my face.
Tell me about your 75th birthday.
I don't remember it. I mean, it's probably got myself a pizza and some Dairy Queen, and
that's a good birthday. I'm all
you
in
betcha.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what happened with my latest pizza fiasco.
Oh,
Ridiculous.
Right.
Pie in Broomfield. Infinious Pie is what it stands for.
It's what?
Infinious.
Oh, really?
Pie, yes. And Auntie Bethy and I used to go there quite often.
Hi, Auntie Bethy.
That was our treat after each of our colonoscopies 5 years ago. We would get a order. I think we actually ultimately ended up getting our own orders, but originally we started sharing an order of the garlic knots.
Oh.
And then we would get our little individual 8-inch pizzas from there because they have vegan stuff for me. Basically no cheese, all vegetables, no cheese. But it didn't miss it. It was the sauce was very tasty and lovely and blah. And Auntie Bethy would get some meat something or other. I don't know what she got. Hadn't been since Auntie Bethy deserted me and moved off to the FLA. And I was in the area and I said, I really want to grab something because I'm starving Marvin's after a hair appointment that I still go way out east for. And I said, I want something. And I thought of Uka. Our lovely Uka. And I said, ooh, I could do that. And then I thought of, for Hasey and I, our place was Anna's Mexican Grill
which we have not been to
yet in Westminster. But I pass all these things. I was like, maybe I'll go to Anna's. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. And it said pie. And I said, I want pie. And I ordered over the phone and drove there because it was a perfect amount of time from where my hair appointment is to where pie is, about 15, 20 minutes. And I ordered and was so excited. I even told them how excited I was because I hadn't had pie in a long time. Bastards gave me the wrong goddamn pizza.
So you could just take the cheese off and still eat the veggies, right?
There were no veggies involved. It was pepperoni and meatball with mozzarella. And I'm like, I can't eat this. It's either meatball or sausage. I don't know. Tiny little round balls. That's what she said. And so I don't exactly know what it was. And I kept staring at it going, no, folks, and I didn't open the pizza until I got home, the pizza box until I got home. I had a couple of the garlic knots on the ride.
And how long did it take you to get from pie to home?
Oh, that takes a good 45, 50 minutes from there. Almost an hour. And, it did take an hour because I stopped at the library to return a book and I stopped to get my lottery tickets. So, yes, it took a full hour for me from the time I bought my pizza, picked up my pizza to when I got home. And I was so excited, you guys. You have no idea. I was all into that pizza. And I opened the box and I just stared at it. I'm like, okay, am I okay eating meat again? Am I okay with this? And I'm like, what? And I seriously looked at it and said out loud, I'm like, what is this going to do to my insides? And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I texted Antie Joan and she took it off my hands because I was seeing her the next day. So that worked out. And then I called pie and they did make it right. They gave me a credit and all that wonderful stuff. But it's just the point that I was so looking forward to that pizza.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't even believe. I mean, I think we've all been there. We've had something that, and not necessarily even food, but just something that we've been waiting for and waiting for and waiting.
Yep.
It's like going to see, this movie that has
Right.
had all the, and then you get there and it's like, is that all there
Wah,
is? But in your
wah.
case, it's worse.
It was worse, and
Oh
for all
my
you
gosh.
non-vegan people and non-vegetarian people, normally you could like look at that and be like, all right, this isn't what I ordered, but I'll suck it up and I'll just fucking eat this. Who cares? Not the same case for the vegans.
No, and you know what? Back in my 20s, when I went to Weight Watchers to lose like 35 pounds, which ended up making me really pretty thin. But anyway, I had been on Weight Watchers, and their whole thing is you could only have beef 3 times a week. I followed them to the letter, and then I went back home to visit my folks in Wisconsin and had big, thick steaks and roasts and just all this beefy, meals. And I'll tell you, it didn't take long. And I ended up having diarrhea and the whole bit because, the system just can't handle it when it's not used to it.
I did think about it and I was just like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I think you're going to regret. If you do this, you're going to absolutely regret it the second you devour this pizza or the second you taste it. You might not even like it anymore. I don't know because my taste buds have been so changed at this point. It's just like, you know what? No, it's not worth it to me. So that was a little sad, but yeah.
A little.
I know.
My gosh.
But, oh well.
Here's what I think we should do.
What's that?
Well, one of these times when you're down here, we'll go back to iPie for lunch.
And actually sit there and eat it.
Sit there and eat there.
Yeah.
And then after there, then we go over to Uka and pick up our dinner to go.
And we'll pass Dairy Queen in between those two.
That's
places.
right.
We'll pick up some DQ for dessert.
Sounds like my kind of road trip.
I like it. We can only squeeze Anna's in there somehow for the Mexican food, so you can try that too. There's
Do
a
they
lot
have
going
breakfast?
on. No,
Well,
but
but you know
iPie
what?
does, but not veganized. They do have like
Oh.
egg pizzas,
Oh,
which are
that's-
actually very good. Don't turn up your nose to that. Back in the day, I've had that, and it's quite not from there, but. I've had that, and it's quite tasty. Breakfast pizza is not something to stick your nose up at. Just saying. It's delicious. At least the one I had was.
Well, I'll take your word for it. You've got pretty good taste as far as food goes.
I love my food.
Yeah, and we had Auntie's signature vegan Reuben sandwiches last night. Oh my goodness.
Yes, we had a
Now
little
that's
slumber party.
That's something that, I was looking forward to when
I'm
you had
glad.
your get together up at your house.
Oh no, I
And
couldn't
then,
do it.
Yeah. and
It's too much building. I couldn't prep
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. No,
And it
I
would-
understand.
And it would have taken people if I had everybody assemble their own.
Mhm.
Imagine how long it would have taken people to go through the food line, and I wouldn't have had the patience for that.
And people probably wouldn't have done it,
Right.
They'd rather, yeah.
Yeah, it was unfortunate I couldn't do. That's why I did the brisket. But yes, I
well-
agree. The vegan Reuben meats in quotes with the seitan is quite delicious. Although we could have done the bread better last night. But
Well, that's not your fault.
it was because I could have just turned on your oven and done it the way we had done it in the past.
Yeah, but it was 95
was hot.
frickin' degrees out.
Oh
so-
my God, people! I cannot even tell you how oppressively hot it is down on the. Oh, it was down on the plains today. The heat broke. Yay!
77 degrees.
Holy tamales! I told Auntie Joan when I got to her house, I was instantly in a bad mood. The second the heat hit me, I was just because I had to stop at the grocery store just to pick up a couple of things for our wonderful little vegan Reuben sandwiches. The second I stepped out of my car, I'm like, this is disgusting. I cannot tolerate heat pretty much at all anymore. And it was so gross. And I literally walked very quickly to the grocery store, got the shit I needed, and walked very quickly back to my car. And it was disgusting. It was just gross.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. So, folks, Auntie Joan and everyone who lives on the plain, I just can't. I think about, 10 more years, I'm going to move down the hill. And I'm just like, I'm gonna I do not think I will be happy down there. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the climate's only getting worse, so we just never
That's true.
know.
That's true.
Maybe there won't even be a here 10 years
but
from now.
I do think that the body does adjust somewhat.
Oh, so nasty.
Mean, I can tolerate warmer weather now more than I used to be able to. However, by warmer, I mean mid to high 80s.
I don't even like that.
I don't either.
I know. Right.
But
I prefer 75
it,
is like the highest I'm okay with. After that,
yeah.
Not a fan.
Oh, man. 50s and 60s sing to me.
So lovely.
Bring it on.
So lovely. Yeah, right now it is 63 degrees outside, and I am a happy girl. All the windows are open. It's raining a little bit, unfortunately. Probably should close the windows, but I'm not going to. But I don't have a single fan on today. That's the first time in weeks.
Up in your
my mountain area, exactly at nearly 9,000 feet. This is the first time it has been weeks since I've been able to be in the house without the fans on, and it is lovely. Oh, so I sent you the videos of the mama bear and the baby bears that came through here. They've been terrorizing the neighborhood.
Really?
Because typically in the elevation, and sometimes down below, depending on the actual temperatures, at night, people want to open their windows to get the cool air in. And I have a ranch, so I do not keep my windows open overnight because I'm too scared of animals. I know about the animals, and I'm just like, nope. It's not worth it to me. That's why the fans are definitely on at night. At least the bedroom one is on at night, right over my bed. Wow. There's been bears that have been breaking into houses like nobody's in my hood. In my hood, yes. And I'm just like, yep, I am never leaving a fucking window open. I would shit myself if a bear got into this house. I'm like, nope. The only window, if you have 2 floors, second story windows are definitely you can leave open. But first, it is hailing out. Sorry, everybody. I'm watching hail just bop off of the roof of my garage right now.
Oh, my goodness. Little ones, though,
Little
right?
teeny,
Marble
teeny,
size?
teeny. Oh, not even. These look like Tic Tac size. Very, very tiny. But
yeah,
still,
it's all overcast down here. It looks like
it's happening.
If we're lucky, maybe we'll get some.
Yeah.
Not hail.
Not the hail, exactly. Just it's raining too, but I can see, like I said, I'm just watching.
It's raining, men.
Woo!
Hallelujah.
It's raining, men. Amen. Earlier this week, I did go and finally, because things have calmed down at my house and I can actually go off and do all the things I wanted to do this summer. And I'm just shoving it all in before the bad weather comes.
Yeah.
The Evergreen Farmers Market, Evergreen, Colorado, has a farmers market on Tuesdays, 10 to 2, maybe, something like that. I don't exactly know the end time. Starts at 10 for sure, but I'm like a midweek where I don't have to deal with the weekend crowds of a farmer's market. Now, Boulder does have the Wednesday night markets. They don't have as many vendors as their Saturday market. Saturday market's a zoo.
Yeah.
I can't. No. That's a fail. It is jam-packed. And I only went to the Wednesday night one a couple of times, and it wasn't that great. So anywho, but this was a Tuesday, my kind of time. I told you folks I like things to start at 10, and it's wonderful. And there was no blasting. They're doing major construction on I-70 closer to where I live, and they have blasting, so they close down the highway in 20-minute chunks, and it's a nightmare traffic-wise, but there was no blasting scheduled, and I'm like, I'm going to the market. And I had low expectations. I took Beast with me because I knew I was going to need to leave him home the next day when I went and got my hair did. And I don't like to leave him home alone 2 days in a row if I can avoid it. I said, you're coming with me. He was an absolute fucking celebrity there. He had
Did he have his goggles on?
He had to. It was bright. It was really sunny. Super sunny on Tuesday. Couldn't avoid. Like when we went for the walk this morning from your house, it was nice and overcast, so I didn't even bother with his goggles. But Tuesday was very bright. From the second he got out of the car, he got his picture taken 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
Every single person we passed either laughed or they always laugh. They think it's cute, so they just laugh. It's fine. We don't mind. He doesn't mind. He doesn't take offense to it.
They're laughing with you, not at you. Yes.
And most just said, "Oh my God, how cute is that? How cute is he?" And I'm like, Now, he's not much of a farmer's market dog because he doesn't get it. And so he's like, he doesn't get that I want to look at shit and he wants to look at everything else that's going on. So we have opposing priorities. So it's a little bit of a pain to take him to those kind of things. If it was just a walk around kind of thing and I didn't actually want to look at shit, totally fine. But when I actually want to stop and look at stuff, he's like, "What's this? What's going on? Somebody's over there. What about this?" And I'm just like, calm down. He's overstimulated there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. But he's a star.
He is a star. He had to go see his peeps. And there was one vegetable stand that it was very cool. It had like 2 rows of vegetables. The downside was you had to go through the middle. And that was a little claustrophobic, especially with Beast. And people were like trying to get their stuff and get by us. And I was buying stuff. And it was a little bit of a rigmarole. Most people were patient. There was one person who wasn't super patient with us, but whatever. It was a proper farmer's market. I was thoroughly impressed. They had, I would venture to guess, at least 30 stalls there. And I was like,
wow,
good on you. And all different stuff. I was mostly interested in vegetables. That's all I really, but they had some, crafty stuff, earrings and other soaps and, like true farmer's market. Like, I don't even know how, it was well done. So I will probably go back without the Beast next time. Yeah. And check it out properly where I can actually stop and browse and take my time. The good thing about it with taking him was there was a park right next to it. So at one point, we did a lap. He got all of his accolades and was all, got his picture taken a bunch of times. And then we went over to the park and we walked around the park. So he got to, smell stuff and do his stuff. Although he didn't really do much. It's a small little park, but they have nice picnic tables there. There wasn't anything truly vegan that I could buy and go eat in the park because I was a little peckish at that point, and I thought maybe I could grab something unless I wanted to get a bread product because there was a bread place, but it had more people at it. I actually never even went over to really investigate what they truly had. I will without Killian the next time though because I love my breads. It was probably one of the most popular little setups there. So it's just too many people. And I was like, I don't want to stand in line with him because he's going to be all over the place trying to do his thing. It was respectable. I was pleasantly surprised. I really went there going, if there's 3 freaking tables there, I'm going to be so pissed that I drove all this way. But there weren't. There were quite a few.
How are the crowds? How was the...
It was fairly busy. Most, mostly retired people. So that was, I really enjoyed it. I could definitely see going back there for sure.
Oh, good.
And it has parking right there, right as part of the, enter the parking lot. And you've got pretty long. I mean, at first you thought it was, oh my God, it's so crowded. But the closer, I think people just took any spot that they saw right when they first pulled in. And there were plenty of spaces available. Plenty. You just had to get closer to the market itself. And then you just walked right into the market. It was all flat. There's nothing, no hill, no anything. It was all nice and flat. You just walked around it. It was very easy. I mean, the parking lot it was a little bit tight just because I have a bigger car. But for the most part, I thought it was fine. Parking wasn't any big deal. Had to do again, I would probably back into a space although I really didn't have any trouble getting out, I would probably have taken the time to park backing in and just scooch out when you're ready to go kind of thing. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm like, okay. So I don't know how long it goes into the fall. Couldn't say, but I'll keep paying attention to it. And not every week, but I'll go. They do have it every week, but I won't go every week.
The prices aren't atrocious, are they?
I got a single serving of lion's mane mushroom because I want to make I think I'm going to make a chicken fried lion's mane is what I think I'm going to do with it. And it was $5, which I thought lion's mane is usually pretty expensive. And I actually thought that was I think it was a quarter a pound. That's like a 1 serving. You can get a half pound. That's 2 servings, kind of thing. I'm like, quarter of a pound. Let's give that a whoop. And I think it was a little bit more than that when he weighed it. And he still gave it to me for the $5.
Huh.
Like I said, lion's mane is notoriously expensive. So that's why I was like, I wonder what I'm paying for this. like $5. Not that bad. I think I'm going to cook it up tonight, as a matter of fact. And the 2 zucchinis I got, which were good size, want to say it was it $3 for the 2 zucchinis? So I thought it was not bad. Not as cheap as you could probably get in the grocery store, but
not like my neighbor who went to Munson's and paid $5 for a peach. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Munson's is good pricing, I think, on corn.
Yeah.
But I told you I spent $50 on a pumpkin there once, and I almost fucking fell over.
Yeah. 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 And their watermelons are $15.
That's right.
Yeah. They were $10 last year. This year they're $15.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's fresh and all that, but no, can't do it.
And my neighbor who spent the $5 for the peach. Now she didn't know it was going to be that much, but anyway, she said she talked to a family member who lives out in Pennsylvania. And they told her you can get a dozen ears of corn. Now I don't remember exactly. Was it for $10?
Okay, that's still pretty comparable.
But no, I think it was different. Because it was like, maybe it was $5. It was really.
Remember, not all ears of corn are created equal, because we actually did that inadvertently. We did a taste test last year. I got ears of corn. You had come up. I bought ears of corn at my local co-op, who gets it fresh from farms and all that stuff. Munson's either wasn't open yet, or I just told you I already had corn or whatever. And we thought it was very average. And then we got the Munson's corn, and Munson's corn is top notch.
Yeah, it is good.
I think $1 an ear is well worth it, in my opinion. I don't need to buy 12 of them, you know what I mean? Unless I'm having people over, you know, but on a regular two tops is probably what I would get for myself. And $2 for really, really good sweet corn. Hells yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah, it's the peaches and cream strain of, I don't know if that's different than what, like some of the other corns at the groceries have, but
yeah, it
is good.
So good. I have never had a bad ear of corn from Munson's, so I'm all in.
It's pretty consistent.
Their other stuff can get pricey, although I've gotten delicata squash. That was the first time I ever had delicata squash, was from Munson's.
Oh yeah.
And I fell in love. Oh my God, I could eat that stuff every single day. I love it. If I was willing to run my oven, which I'm not, I could eat it every single day. I like it roasted. Delicata squash. So goddamn good. It caramelizes a little bit in a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. That's all it needs. Olive oil, salt and pepper. Yum.
I got some tomatoes from them last year, and they weren't super special.
That's because the cherubs from Nature's Sweet, huh?
I like the Campari tomatoes.
Yeah.
Those to me have even more flavor. So I don't know. It's probably close between the two of them, but the Camparis are a little bigger. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, cherubs are nice and small. I just snack on those mostly. Yeah. And I get so pissed when I do that, because then I run out, and I'm like, I hate when I run out, because then I'm like, I wanted to make this, I wanted to make that, I wanted to put it in this, and I just walk by and snack on them.
I don't like to bite into something that has a soft interior, and I don't know what's going to come out of it.
What?
Yeah. It's like, those chocolate covered cherries. I could never get into those. I just couldn't eat them. It's that biting into something and having it soft and mushy, and you just don't know what really is inside.
So you're saying you only eat cut tomatoes? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I prefer cut tomatoes. Yeah, I will sometimes. If they look really super fresh, I'll snack on those little cherry tomatoes whole. But for the most part, I'll cut them in half.
Okay. All right. Yeah, people have texture things. I get it.
It's just one of those things,
One of those things. Now, we're not going to review this today, folks. I'm only bringing it up because I have something that goes along with it. But Fisk Season 3, which we have reviewed Fisk in the past, and we love, love, love the Fisk on the Netflix.
Yes, we do.
And it's an Australian sitcom, and it is so good. There is no laugh tracks of any kind. It's just very subtle, dry humor that is just mwah. We love it, love it, love it. Season 3 just came out, hit the Netflix this past Wednesday. If you haven't seen it, go out and watch it. We'll probably review it at some point here in the future. We'll see. But I saw on the Instagram that a little piece of trivia that I'm going to share.
Okay.
It said, did you know otters have a pocket in their skin to keep their favorite rock in? And some keep the same rock their entire lives.
Oh my God.
And why this is Fisk, you ask? Because in season 1 of Fisk, when the Pavloviches, the kleptomaniac mother and daughter folk, came to visit them. At one point, George, the webmaster, says, "Can you pat down Mrs. Papavoff? I don't remember how you say their name." And she's like, "I'm not patting her down. It's not." And she's like, "I forget what Fisk says." And he's like, "Well, I'm not talking about her prison pocket. I'm talking." And I always love that line. And when I saw the otter pocket, I saw a prison pocket. And before season 3 came out of Fisk, I went back and watched season 1 and 2. So it got back. It was fresh in my head. So anyway, I just had to share that.
You know what? I've heard that term used just in this past week.
Prison pocket?
Get
out!
No, by guys. It was, and I can't remember where it was, but yeah.
I had never heard that before Fisk season 1. I was like, that is absolutely hysterical. And I swore I would use that term more often. And of course I don't because I forget. But now I might, because now I've got the otter pocket, the prison pocket. And it's like, yeah, it's like I wasn't asking you to check her prison pocket. And I was like, what did he just say? That is awesome. So anyway, Fisk season 3 is out there. Watch it. Like I said, maybe in the future we'll review it. We'll see.
Yeah.
So as we alluded to earlier, Auntie Joan and I had a slumber party last night, and it wasn't just because of the vegan Reubens. No, it was not. No, it was not.
Why?
It was because we signed up for yet another Bonsai Bar extravaganza class, only this time with a jade bonsai. Tell us how it was.
Well, we were stylishly late. Where
Antie Joan fashionably late. Don't look at me like that, like you don't know what I'm talking about.
When we went to the umbrella tree, we were there. I think we were about the first ones there, and ended up sitting and waiting for a half an hour for everybody else to arrive. But no, they had to start right on time.
Of course.
And the tables were smaller and we were really scrunched in, but I really love the plants.
Yes.
They had nice trunks on them, and yeah.
That's what she said.
And that's what he said.
Could be.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But agreed. I think these plants are sturdier, much sturdier than the umbrella bonsai that we got. More formidable than the umbrella ones, which have a more scientific name that they kept saying to me last time. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. We did the umbrella bonsai last time. I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. I'm like, all right.
Which mine, by the way, has passed on. So they were very, very accommodating. Sign up for the triage, try to figure out what happened, and we'll replace it and give you a new plant. And so, yeah, they're quite, what's the word? Accommodating.
Yes, they stand behind their product.
And they didn't like point the finger and say, like, what did you do wrong?
Right.
Our plants are the best. They weren't offensive or defensive like that. So
not even a little bit. No, very, very accommodating. Like you said, I agree. So we had Brandon as our leader again, and he just did such a phenomenal job, just like he did the first time. But instead of Alana as an assistant, he had Jerry last night, and Jerry was very friendly. I kind of want to work for that company.
Well,
they're just very friendly, very knowledgeable, very accommodating. They really understand customer service and customer support, because like you said, they could have easily been pointing fingers and all that, and they just don't. They get it. It's so rare in this day and age that you get somebody who really does stand behind their product and, and are willing to replace at no cost something goes a little south. And so I dig their vibe a lot.
I almost wish they'd have another one with a different plant. Or maybe I should go take the first one again.
The first thing you said to me when I got to your house yesterday,
I know.
I'm not taking any more classes. Now she's looking for another bonsai class.
Well,
who knows? Maybe they will have another one.
I'm thinking months from now.
Yes, agreed. Oh, that might be a fun little end of fall kind of thing. We'll have to check their website and see what they got going on.
And by the way, I mean, it's not like I'm totally becoming a hermit. I have signed up for 3 consecutive Saturdays to take a totem clay workshop. So next month. So there we go.
Yes.
So I have to conserve my energies.
It's thundering out. Should we cancel this and start up after the thunder passes?
Do you think we should?
No.
I'm getting a real nice rain here. It's
you are?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, it just started thundering. I haven't seen lightning yet, but it's just started thundering a little bit. Off in the background. It's not like over the house or anything like that.
Yeah, I've got thunder here too.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because that just started here. So it's interesting. Cool. The venue, we had a pleasant little conversation with the owner at the end. I had a nice little interaction with the bartender. This was at the Westminster Brewing Company, I think. Brewery, something like that. Brewery. Westminster Brewery, whatever. It is kind of more of a neighborhood brewery. It's kind of off the beaten path a little bit. Not terribly off, but a little bit off. And not in a true business area, though there is a little strip mall with several businesses there. It's in an odd location. I'm just going to throw that right on out there. Maybe it's an up and coming area. Maybe there's more commercial real estate over there and it's going to explode over time. And these guys got in nice and early. I don't know. Currently, it seems like an odd location, but I wish them well. But the venue itself, it really wasn't conducive to have there was no separate space. It was, we were having a class where the general patrons were also imbibing. And it was an interesting setup. And of course, the patrons were there to have fun and be at a brewery and not be quiet when our wonderful instructor, Brandon, was giving us instructions. And so it was a little challenging, I thought, in that respect.
Yeah.
I definitely think our Sanitas Brewing Company in Lafayette that we went to for the first umbrella bonsai class was the best of the 3 breweries been to recently.
For events, not
whatever.
just a sample.
We're just going now for events. Exactly.
At that Sanitas in Lafayette, that wasn't a separate room either.
It wasn't, but they treated it like it. I shouldn't say they treated it like it. They had a lovely outdoor area, which this place did a little bit, but it was hot, as we talked about before, folks. So most people were inside to get out of the heat a bit. I think it just, maybe it just wasn't as popular. It was a different night. That's another key. Thursday nights are known to be more of a going out, getting together thing, especially for like après work, because so many people were from home on Friday. If they're truly going into an office, they do work from home on Fridays. So if you're going to go out from an office to a brewery, you probably would do it more on a Thursday night, as closer to the weekend as you can get.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's also not that there's a college town in that area. Boulder would be the closest, honestly. But Thursday nights were also known for going out in college years and things like that. So I think that had something to do with it. I don't know.
There were more customers there for the beers.
Yes.
At last night than when we went to Sanitas.
Yes, for sure. I don't know, but I love the jade plant for sure. I left my new plant's name is Lenny. And Auntie Joan, what's yours?
Squeaky.
For those of you not old enough to know what that reference is, you probably shouldn't be listening to us.
So, you probably aren't listening to us.
That's on you. We're not going to explain it. Look it up, as you kids do these days on the Google machine or whatever. I hope he does well. I did forget him at Auntie Joan's house, so I clearly should never have been a mother, so it's a very good thing that I never had children. Killian would never let me leave somewhere without him, so he's pretty easy to remember. Yes, I inadvertently left Lenny at Auntie Joan's house, but she was kind enough to water him for me, and I will pick him up the next time I'm in the area.
Yeah, hopefully I don't kill him like I did Stephanie.
You'll be fine.
I hope so.
I feel like you're going to be
I
just
really
fine.
like these guys. And then he said, too, that you can put them outside as long as it doesn't get below 60 at night.
Yes.
And maybe I'll even move them out to my front porch with all those other plants that I've been holding on to and not repotting.
The jade plant is different than our umbrella bonsai, as Auntie Joan pointed out, which I'm sure they said, but I didn't retain it until you said it today, that these are succulents. They do right now want us to water them about every other day, but I think I'm still going to pay attention to the color of the soil and maybe a little bit more often than I've been watering Henry here, my umbrella, because he's about every 2 to 3 days. So I'll pay attention to it a little bit. But they're a little bit more forgiving succulents. So if you don't mess up on the watering, they will. It takes a lot for a succulent to not come back. So if we kill these, this is on us. I don't even know what to say.
With succulents too, I think you have to be afraid of overwatering them too. Yeah.
Yes.
Because my Christmas cactuses, and I've got a couple aloe veras, and those things, if I water them every 10 days, I'm doing good. And they're doing well.
Yeah. I was surprised to hear that we need to water them like every other day. This breed every other day. Being a succulent. Maybe because it's just establishing.
I think so. Yeah, you wanted to get those roots because I do such a good job of repotting. Anyway.
They didn't sell much accoutrement at the end as they did after the first class. They really only brought the trays to go under if you wanted to purchase your trays underneath. They didn't bring the fertilizer. They didn't bring the cuttings, potting thing, the little pots. He showed one. No, he showed one, but they didn't actually. You could buy them on their website, is what he said. And I was like, oh, it was just a little different. A little different than our first experience. Nothing wrong with it. I don't have a problem with it. But I was thinking about getting a little bit of the fertilizer for Henry, and they didn't have any there. But I did buy the tray that went underneath my pot this time, again, because I do really like that, the one I have for Henry. Yeah, so hopefully Lenny and Squiggy do well. We'll keep you all posted. Oh, but I did want to tell you that I gave Jerry one of our PWR business cards.
Oh, good.
Because I told him briefly that we mentioned them on the pod.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, do you not get excited? We have like 5 people who actively listen after a year and a half.
Talk about a vanity project.
And he said, I will totally follow you. Do you tell me what it is? I'm like, well, I can give you a business card. He's like, I would love a business card. So I did whip out one of our business cards and hand that off to them. Or him, I should say.
And out of all, what were there, 20 people maybe there? 15?
I think it said 25 at one point.
Somebody's repotted bonsai was chose as a cover boy for the brewery. Out of all these plants, the guy that owns the brewery guy, he says, oh, could I get a picture of that plant with a beer next to it for advertising or as a promotion or whatever? I said, well, it's my friend's, but I think she'll be happy with it. So he took some pictures there on the table, and then they moved it over to the bar, and they wanted to. So anyway, we'll post it because I took a picture too. And we'll post it for y'all, and you can see it. Lenny, the cover boy.
Little bit of a missed opportunity there, Auntie Joan. You didn't think about your business cards, and you should have thrown a business card into the picture. So when they posted it on their website, we could have had a little free advertisement for the pod. And whose idea were these business cards again?
They were yours, weren't they?
Yeah, my ass. Anyways, I came back after buying my little tray, and Auntie Joan's like, oh, look at what they're doing. Look. And they were taking a picture for I don't know, for what their website, whatever. I don't know what it was for, but I thought that was very cute. And there was a brewery dog.
Joplin.
She was so cute, super mellow, adorable. We didn't get a picture of her, did we?
No, we didn't.
No, she was
And
very,
her,
very cute.
for a short-haired dog, her coat was really kind of soft.
Yes, very
yeah.
soft. She was very sweet. She came and checked on. She was very interested in my ass for a little bit. I don't know what that was about. My Aunt Joan asked me if I had farted, and I had not. But she probably didn't say the F word because she hates the F word. She may have said something else.
Yeah. No, I think I did say it,
You
but maybe you
did.
just need to make sure you wipe better.
Maybe. I might have been a little stank back there. But I used my bidet. Of course I was clean as a whistle.
Oh, yes. Well, you still got to get in there.
I do. That's how I know I was clean as a vixen. Because,
She probably smelled Killian.
Probably.
Yeah, she probably dreamt about him last night.
Probably, because he is quite the catch.
Oh, he is. Hubba, hubba.
Hubba, hubba.
Tall.
And he's a celebrity.
Exactly.
So, she's a little bit of a star chaser.
I'm surprised we haven't seen him on the cover of the Netherlands News or.
Supposedly, one of the police officers in Netherlands, when Netherlands still had a police force, she stopped us on the street and took a picture of him and said she was going to use it on the website. I think I went out like a week or two after that on their website to see, and I never saw it. So I don't know if it ever came to fruition or she just wanted his picture. I don't know. I always wonder that too, because we get stopped enough that you would think at some point something would cross at this point, or somebody would be like, oh, look, I took this picture, when I was in wherever, and I would, hit one of my groups or something, and so far nothing. Maybe someday. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. So, Auntie Joan, you saw something about becoming a TV commercial icon.
Yeah.
Tell our listener all about it.
Well, I happened to catch Sunday Morning, that show on what is it?
I think it's called Sunday
NBC
Morning, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's on NBC here. Anyway, with Leslie Stahl.
She's got the Vulcan ears.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Anyway.
Though I did not see them in this clip. I didn't watch the whole thing, but she introduced it, and I did not see her Vulcan ears.
Yeah, of course, it comes on before I wake up, but I record it just in case there's something that I'm really going to catch my... And there's been some interesting shows, interesting segments, but this particular one was becoming a TV commercial icon. And they interview 3 well-known commercial stars. And the first one was Stephanie Courtney, who you know better as Flo, the progressive insurance saleswoman.
Love her.
And then Dean Winters, also known as Mayhem, the human embodiment of disasters covered by Allstate.
We've talked about him before. We love him.
We've talked about all 3 of these. And the third one was Deanna Collin, who was the unstoppable dancer from the Jardiance diabetes drug ads.
Ah, your favorite.
Well, I'm not the only one.
She knows?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Oh, okay.
Big time. So, Flo, watching this segment, I smiled from the beginning to the end. I could feel my face just smiling and seeing Flo and seeing Mayhem and seeing the Jardiance lady, Deanna. Flo, one thing they said at the end of her segment was, so she's finally gave up her dream of being on Broadway or Saturday Night Live. They started the segment with how she is the most viewed, most popular, highest paid actress, period, because of these commercials. And I thought, that's reason enough. They should have her host Saturday Night Live. I think she'd be a great host. Well, she does comedy too, not stand-up comedy, but
she was a friend in the Goldbergs, the TV show that was on for a long time.
Really?
She wasn't on every episode, but she was a reoccurring friend of the mother on Goldbergs.
Huh. Well, she's done pretty well for herself, hasn't she? Without, an Academy Award. She said the thing that really got her was the Halloween costumes. And they showed people dressed up as Flo for Halloween. And oh my gosh, it's just so precious. And then Dean Winters, and I guess he's been
on a lot. He was on Sex and the City. He was?
Mm-hmm.
He was on 30 Rock.
Yeah, they mentioned that.
He had a recurring character on 30 Rock. He was only on Sex and the City a couple of couple of episodes. One for sure.
And he was also in that prison show series, The Wire maybe, or something like that. I don't know. One of those, yeah. Out of the three of them, I just pictured him being kind of an arrogant guy. And he is most appreciative of those Allstate commercials. And he said, I've got friends who are really struggling. I hope I can still do this when Mayhem is, rolling in a wheelchair in the old folks' home. So he seems humble and he seems kind of grateful for where he is.
Yes, that's nice.
And then, poor Deanna. Oh my gosh.
She probably listened to the pod and heard your review of her.
No. Even when they started her little part of it, they showed she's like she says that she's a 360-degree performer. She'll sing, she writes songs. There's
Not
all
anymore.
kinds of things. There's all kinds of things. And the guy who was interviewing her said, so when they did the commercial and they played it again and again and again and again, I guess they played it like about 1 million times. And she would get these nasty, horrible emails or messages sent to her telling her, well, if you danced as often as, as much as you do in the commercial, you wouldn't need it. And just really nasty, nasty things. They asked her, they said, well, if you could do it again, would you? And she says, yes. She said, I'll always be a plus size person. And this is what I do.
And she's a professional.
Yeah. And she's really has a beautiful voice because they showed her singing somewhere. Maybe it was for a commercial or something. And she really she's got a beautiful voice. Yeah. But it like I said, I smiled from beginning to end. This was a really good segment. And we'll post the link to it so you can watch it your own self.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We do like our commercial icons, and 2 of the 3 are certainly ones that we had spoken very favorably of in the past.
Well, and really, Deanna, yeah, poor thing. They showed she did a commercial for Big Lots, and they showed her in that, and she was much more tolerable. But yeah. Well.
I mean, they made the Jardians commercial campy on purpose.
Yeah,
certainly got the name. I mean, we now all know what Jardians is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
When my cardiologist says, well, we're going to put you on Jardians. And the first thing that came to my mind was her standing there, doing the dancing. And yeah.
And did it make you dance, Auntie Joan?
Hell to the no.
Well, thank you for bringing this to our attention. Yes, we will definitely have the link out there so folks can take a look at it. And sadly, folks did not watch the whole thing. I was a little confused so just so you guys know, it starts with an ad that has nothing to do with I didn't know it was the Sunday morning thing. I didn't know Leslie Stahl was involved at all when I first opened the link. And it started with a commercial. And I was like, oh, what does this have to do? It confused me a little bit.
It did confuse me too when I went back and rewatched it.
Just ignore until you see Leslie Stahl, it doesn't start.
Yeah.
When you see Leslie Stahl, then you start watching, and that makes way more sense to me. So I haven't watched the full thing, which I'm totally going to do once we finish wrapping up this recording session, because it sounds like it was a good one. So I
and it's only like 5 minutes or something. So,
All right, Auntie Joan, anything else for our listener today?
Well, I think you need to share with our listener about your wonderful experience this morning when you when you woke up and walked into the family room.
Oh, yes, indeed. So I came out of my bedroom and nobody else is allowed in there, just me and Killian, of course. And normally I would, a little TMI for everybody. I normally would use the facilities before I would even let Killian out of the bedroom, but I figured we snuggled for a long time, so he was waiting for a little bit. So I was like, all right, let's take you out first. So we immediately beeline it into the family room and to go out the slider to go outside. And who is there but little Mr. Oscar? And
Oscar.
He did not run away from us. He wasn't like, oh my God, hi. But he just went up on the little cat tree, the bottom rung of the cat tree, and just sat there and watched us while I took Killian outside. And then when we came back, he was still in the same spot. And normally he would have been down the stairs in the basement and wanting nothing to do with us and wouldn't come out until we left. And he stayed on the cat tree, and I waved at him as we went by, and he just sat there and went into the kitchen, fed Killian, and I looked over because Auntie Joan's got a nice, it's island-like, but it's not an island. It is attached
I think they
to
call
everything.
that a peninsula.
Peninsula, thank you. I knew I had a name, but I couldn't come up with it right away. Peninsula. And I was looking out into the family room, and Oscar's just kind of walking around in the middle of the floor of the family room, and I'm like, oh my God, I think we're going to snuggle. But nature did call finally, and I had to go. So I beelined it to the bathroom, and by the time I got back out, he was nowhere to be seen. So I don't know if he was with Auntie Joan or down in the basement or whatever, but that is significant progress for us. I know we've talked about that. I actually got to touch him a couple of times. That was very significant progress as well, but this was just him not being afraid. And that made me very, very happy. So I think we're getting there. And I didn't see him in a while, and maybe he missed us. See, I think the the whole absence makes the heart grow fonder kind of scenario is happening here, because we used to come over more regularly. And now we've been more intermittent with it. Intermittent, because if I say anything like button the way I normally say, I get spoofed because it's a Northeast thing. We say button and intermittent. We cut out some syllables.
But you're entitled. Yeah.
Well,
that makes you
thank you. Thank you, Auntie Joan. Could you repeat that again for Hasey, who calls it out on me every single time I say one of those words?
Stop it. Hasey.
She just did last Sunday when we were on because I said button. And she's like, what was that? What did you say? And I'm like, I heard it. And I was flipping her off on the screen. She's mean to me.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
You got to find something that you can poke her at all the time.
I'm sure I do. I'm kind of mean too, so. It's all in good fun. Yes, so good progress, I thought. Thank you for bringing that up, Auntie Joan.
Now, I wouldn't take it too personally that he runs off, because there's been some times where I've gotten up in the morning and walked down the hallway, and if he's out in front of me, sometimes he'll look behind and see me, and he almost seems scared.
Oh, poor thing.
I know. He is a scaredy cat.
He's a little
That's
bit
for
of a scaredy cat. That's true.
I can usually tell when somebody pulls up here, because he'll hear the car door or he'll hear the engine, and he'll take off down the basement.
All right, Auntie Joan, anything else for our listener today?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, then we'll wrap that for yet another wonderful Pickled Watermelon Rinds episode. This is Auntie signing off.
And Auntie Joan saying bye-bye now.
We thank you for listening. And remember, when life eats away at your core, make pickled watermelon rinds.